Undoubtedly, GeForce Now has seen a ton of success lately, but can its servers keep up with that sort of success? Let's talk about it. If you've been playing on GeForce Now lately, you may have noticed an increase in queue times or a queue time to begin with. Or maybe you've noticed that you've been connecting to servers further away than normal. And if you've been keeping up with the news, you would have noticed that Nvidia's actually had to put a pause on 1-month priority memberships as well as free tier signups. Now when you combine all of these factors, it should be no surprise that it points towards GeForce Now seeing an influx of users, especially right now during the holidays. But it does beg the question, can GeForce Now expand in time to meet demand? And is it actually worth expanding, or is this just a holiday rush? Now it is for a fact affecting some people's experiences. I've seen plenty of comments talking about it, and even myself, in first-hand experience, have started using GFN just a little bit less over the past few weeks. For me, connecting to a server that's further away really does restrict me being able to play a multiplayer game at a level I'd like to. So for that reason, I'm playing a bit more locally until I can connect to a server that's close by. Now is that hindrance enough for me to swear off GFN? Of course not, but I'm not everybody, and there will be some people out there who just don't have the patience or want to deal with it. And to be perfectly honest with everyone, that's completely fair too, because you're a paying customer and you have the right to be satisfied or dissatisfied with whatever service you're paying for. On the flip side though, this influx of users means only good news for GeForce Now as a whole. It means more and more people are finding out about the service and are interested in trying out cloud gaming. And that's something a lot of people have been waiting for, myself included. I've been cheering on cloud gaming since way back in 2010 with OnLive, and I'm super happy to see it being so successful right now. It still has ways to go to see full-on mainstream success, sure, but we're starting to see some of that trickle down. And I have little to no doubt that all of this interest is being spurred on by such heavy hitters such as Call of Duty being introduced to the GFN library. And to put it into simpler terms, the cycle has always been the more people you have, the bigger publishers you can secure, and the bigger games you can add onto your library, which just leads to more people being interested. I have little to no doubt that this coming year we're probably going to see more and more publishers bring some of their major hits over, and more people are going to be hopping on GFN to try them out. I know plenty of people who have been waiting for that one simple game to be brought over for them to really give it a go. After all, the benefits of being able to play anytime and anywhere really are convincing. And all this success should lead toward Nvidia continuing to invest even further into the GeForce Now service to expand their hold of the space. All of this will lead to more servers, better equipment, and overall just a better experience for anyone using GFN. But that stuff will take time to implement, and it won't be instant. And funny enough, it reminds me of a quote made by Gabe Newell back in 2013. When talking about cloud gaming, he said the following: "I have been and continue to be a skeptic. Cloud gaming works until it starts to be successful, at which point it fails due to its own success." Now, obviously a ton has changed from 2013 till now. Not to mention, at the time, he was also trying to sell Steam machines, and we all know how that went. Then there's also the fact that Steam itself has started to integrate a bunch of streaming features as well. Stuff like remote play together is simply awesome, and I'm sure he may have a different opinion about cloud gaming now than he did back then. Regardless, I still think it's a very interesting topic to discuss. Do you think it's possible for a cloud gaming service to see a little too much success at once? And do you think what's happening with GeForce Now at this point in time applies? In my own personal opinion, I see this all as a net positive, and overall, while it is causing a bit of a hindrance here and now, I think ultimately will pay off for everybody in the end. Don't get me wrong, it does suck that some people are having bad experiences in the here and now, but I do think for the most part, people are having a pretty good experience. After all, it's usually only when something bad happens that anybody really speaks up. When things are working fine, there's really no reason to. I also gotta give credit to Nvidia overall for handling things the way they do. They seem to be pretty communicative when things are going wrong, and if you haven't already, I would highly suggest you always remember that they have a status.geforcenow.com website you can go to see any sort of updates there. It's well worth checking out if you seem to be running into heavy issues. Either way, that's all for now. I wanted to bring up this discussion topic because I think it's a very interesting one to be had, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed today's video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out. And if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day.